Finally, the time has come for me to do a recap of Payback the series. Now, originally Payback the series is actually a Thailand version of the Korean manhwa. No, I don't know how they I think they say if it's Korean, you call it manhwa. If it's Japanese, you call it comics, I believe. I don't remember, but it is a Korean. And this one is the Thai version. And it is of the same name. Everything about it, once you watch the show, everything about it is exactly as the manhwa. Now, I've read the manhwa, like 89% of it, because I haven't read all of it. But I pretty much know the details down to the nitty gritty. So I'm ready for it. Now, I don't normally read something and then wants to watch it because I've read a lot of books. I've read up Business Proposal, and I've never watched the drama. I've read a lot of ones and I still haven't. But I guess it's because this is a BL. I was eager to really watch it. But anyways, this is episode 1 of Payback series. This person is called Sun, and he is right now he's auditioned to be an actor, but he didn't get the role because he didn't have the face. Apparently, he was fighting and he got bruised. Remember, when you're going to entertainment industry, you need to be looking very good. Body must be on T. Face must be on goodness. Like the gods have sent you down from the heavens. That's how good you should look. But then, during the fact that he got rejected, homeboy's like, look, I ain't about to audition. I wasn't about that life. He took out his pocket knife and he slammed it right on the table, and he was like, I'm here for revenge. Now, here's the thing about entertainment industries, whether you're doing K-pop or, any music or dramas or movie or whatever it is, they always have a camera pointing at you, videoing you. It's like a digital footprint. And apparently this digital footprint was live only for the CEO of the entertainment company that Sun was like trying to audition for. It's called Dream Entertainment, right? And the CEO seems to be very interested in Sun, especially of how he approached everyone, and he wasn't looking so dainty as his mind was probably thinking. Now, I don't remember how the manual goes, but I know good enough to know what is what. Then we shift to a time where Sun had blonde hair. Now, if you read the manual, you would know that the protagonist was in blonde hair. He was more of a troublemaker because he had to make ends meet. So right now, Sun is a debt collector. He's working with a loan shark that literally he just goes around to people who owes the loan shark money and threaten them to get their money. But this particular guy, he claims, I'm not going to say he claims. He says he has no money. But here's the thing. Sun ain't leaving until he gets the money. But Sun saw the owner of the house, daughter, and he threatened him by using the daughter to get money. Still, he did not get any money. Homeboy is like, if you kill me, you still not going to get no money. And I'm like, touche, that is true. If you kill this man, you ain't going to get no money. So what's the plan? Sun then used his daughter against the man and gave him 2 options. Either he gets rid of the daughter and find a way to get the money, or he keeps the daughter but gives the deed of the house. Now, both of those things are something that the man cherished most, but he's not about to lose his daughter for a house, so he did give Sun the deed to the house. You have to remember clearly, because this part of this is important. This man you'll see because he holds importance for later on. Anyways, moving on. Because the man is now left homeless and nowhere to go, and he saw that Sun was about to leave, he shouted to Sun, karma gonna get you one day. And you gotta keep that in mind because, again, this holds importance for later. This is Sun's little brother. His name is Sky. Sky meets up with Sun to actually tell him about the mother condition, and also Sun gives Sky the amount of money that they needs, like money, good enough money to help with their mother's medical bills and for Sky's, tuition for school and stuff like that. So you remember when I said this is important for later information? Yeah, it's later now. So remember the guy that son literally took the deed of the house with by threatening him using his daughter? Yeah, that very same guy came, saw Sky, and stabbed him. Like literally stabbed him. And I'm like, you motherfucker. Homeboy threatened you with your daughter. He didn't even kill your daughter. And you went and killed his brother. Sir, if I were you, I would see red. Kill him instantly. Me not give a shit. Ain't no way. I've read the manga. He did that. But we didn't even see any of that. Instantly. I wouldn't even say nothing to you, Scott, son. He went and killed your brother. You didn't even kill the man's daughter. You threatened her. You did give her a little cut, but that's pretty much it. And you talking about, and after that, he's like, karma, I told you karma gonna get you. I'm like, bitch, what you talking about, karma? You killed his brother. And yes, I'm gonna tell you from a head start, he did die. That, ooh, son, red, instantly. Okay, so here's where things gonna get confusing. I believe that the people who have not read the manhwa and just watching this drama, it will get a little bit confusing because there are a lot of time jump going on. So you gotta see with it, okay? So we skipped like 5 years into the future after that incident. Now I've read the manhwa like 80% of it, so I still like it's not very confusing. But anyways, after 5 years after that incident, we see Sun right now, not blonde hair, tall hair, or was it long hair? Tall hair, long hair, whatever hair, and he's basically living low life, like low key. He doesn't really communicate with much. He just does his job and go home. At this moment in time, he is a delivery person. Now, before I continue, let me fill you in with the confusion. Now, Sun is a delivery person, and the place that he's delivering these packages is the very company that he was auditioning in the very first scene, the very first clip of the episode. This is Dream Entertainment, but what you're seeing right now, this is before the audition, before he decided to take on audition roles. The audition part is after all this. See, I'm telling you, it's very confusing. This is why I'm here to help you. So anyway, this is before the audition. And while he is at the elevator, about to go to what floor is he going to put the delivery, he bumped into some agent guy who's having a difficult problem communicating with another actor. But if you notice, he's hiding his face because he already knows this particular actor, which I will explain later on. Oh, so not confuse it. The actor is the one in the elevator part with the brown hair, like a ginger brown hair, and the guy outside of the elevator that have on that jacket and blue shirt is the agency guy. Anyways, after the conversation with the actor guy, the agency guy, he saw very much interest in Sun because he sees that Sun has this image of someone that could be an actor, because he's looking him up and down and he's like, you could be an actor. And he gave him his card for if he wants to be an actor. But Sun is like, he's not even paying him any mind. He's just doing his job. He wasn't even trying to communicate because he didn't really communicate with homeboy. He was like, I'm minding my own business. Like, can you mind yours too? The way he was not even paying him any mind, yo. Mind you, he might be a good, a good agency guy. But in my opinion, it's not what you call an I-class agency. He's just trying. Again, I've read the manhwa, so I'm trying to help you guys out who haven't read the manhwa. But if you guys reach this far and you're like, what's the name of the manhwa? It's called PayBack. Literally is the same name as the drama that you're watching now. So, yeah, it's called PayBack. Okay, so let's talk. So, Sun is a person who worked multiple jobs, because remember, he has a brother to take care of and a mother in the hospital that needs to take care of. And you're probably wondering, Samantha, his brother, isn't his brother? Yeah, this is where I say it gets confusing. But for the manual readers, they wouldn't. So this is 5 years before all this, before he became a loan shark collector, before his brother even get into trouble, before any of the die here, before anything. This is just him trying to make ends meet by working multiple jobs. And even the boss of the place that he works knows that he's doing too much like shifts to be covering. And they're like, dude, why are you doing so many overtime? Like, do you have like a loan shark to pay? Yeah, they don't know what he has to go through. He has to take care of his brother and a mother and plus a bitch. Because that's what I'm going to call him, because he don't deserve it. But we don't reach to the point where we need to call him a bitch yet. So he has a boyfriend. So let's get through to that one. Then we skip to seeing Son threatening a woman to give money. She doesn't really have much and she have like a little shop that sells food. But he's doing his job so they can have a peaceful life. But the thing is, you're probably wondering, Samantha, this is getting confusing. It's not. Trust me. It's the same timeline as when his brother is alive and when he's dating and when his mother is in the hospital. Okay? This is important. You have to understand it's not 5 years skip. We're still in the same year. We're still in the same year. The wig that he has on is, it's a wig. It's not a dyed. Well, it gets confusing, but we're still in the same year. We did not say how he got into this the line of job yet, but we're still in the same year because he's still having problems with money. Why? Well, everybody does. I do love when it comes to dramas, when they talk about poor life, when they talk about mafia. And I'm not talking about the rich mafia. I'm talking about the poor mafia version and loan sharks. They tend to show us poor life. And that's the greatest thing about it, because you get to see the different side of all the countries that you watch the drama in. Like you watch Thailand, you'll never see the version of poor life. And then you watch a lot of shows and you're like, oh, so they do have that. So that's what we're going through. But anyways, moving on. Okay, so Son went to the boss that he works for. And when he went there, the boss is not happy with the results that Son turned out to, like the results. And he wasn't happy. But before we talk about all that, let's get to talking about how Son got into this line of work. Now, before Son became a loan shark or tried to become an actor or a delivery guy or whatever, Son was actually just a regular university student. But he got kicked out of the school because the school basically not getting any money from him. He basically wasn't having enough tuition money to pay them. So they're like, nah, you can't stay in the school anymore. And they literally just, not suspend him, they literally kicked him out. What's that word? That hard word I can't even. Anyways, down on his low and can't go to university. He literally just walked. But while he was walking, he saw a woman getting into trouble by the very same loan shark that he worked for, or the guy that he's about to work for. But here's the thing. This is the very woman that looked at Son and gave him the letter saying that he's literally kicked out of the school. And because Son sees this, he's probably thinking in his mind like, dude, that's none of my business. That's her business. Besides, I have nothing to do with her. Hear me out. I understand what Son is going through, but I'm not going to say you're going to risk your life to save somebody you don't know, right? Apparently, she owes a lot of money. But seeing and hearing how desperate she is, he decided to help her out. Kinda. Dude, they were literally pouring gasoline all over the woman and about to light her a fire. He had to save her, but ended up got beaten up in the process. So the loan shark looked at Son and is like, are you going to pay for her death or something? And because Son was beaten up so bad, he had blood in his mouth. He spit it on the loan shark and is like, the hell, I'm paying for her. Now, instead of the loan shark, punch him up and stuff like that, because that's what you'd expect would happen. No, homeboy's like, you're interested, want to work for me? And that's how we started working as a loan shark debt collector. Crazy, huh? Now, remember the part where I said that the loan shark wasn't very happy with Son's results? We're here now. And he smashed a glass bottle over his son's head, saying that he's useless because all he did was brought useless stuff. So one of the useless stuff that son brought back was the woman that sells food. He took her ring and brought it back thinking that maybe it could worth something, but the loan shark wasn't looking for that. It was looking for money. And then another one was the deed to the house. Wait, no, we don't reach to the deed to the house yet. Sorry. sorry. Let's continue. Anyway, son went home to where he shared a wonderful moment with his partner, whose name is Bank. So while he's there, this Bank is not looking very happy and cheerful. He asks what's the problem like multiple times, and son said, no, Bank says, oh, he's going to a musical school or auditions or whatever school. It's academic, fine arts, whatever, singing classes. And he's like, he's going to classes, but he doesn't have money for the class, and he's about to drop out because he doesn't have a money. Son's like, how much for it? And he's like, no, it's okay, I can start next year. I'm like, bitch. He's like, tell me how much. He looked at him, he's like, 10,000. Like he has 10,000 to shit out. Like, what the hell are you talking about 10,000? Do you not know he has a mother to actually provide and a brother? Instead, no, being the lovey-dovey, crazy person he is, son actually transferred that 10,000 to his man, and his man started happy and started kissing him up and started having sex. Now, bear in mind, when he got home, Bank never wanted to do all those stuff. No, it's when the money started flowing in, he started doing it. And that's when he's a bitch. And that's when what Bank life is about. But we don't reach that part yet because we are going to hate him in the end. Okay, so before they could do any sex movement, Sky showed up, which is Son's brother. And they went outside, eat the food that Sky bought, and Sky started laying out the hospital financial problems. So before we talk about the financial problem, I know I did not tell you why the mother is in the hospital. The mother has cancer, breast cancer, and Sky is telling him it reached to a point where they really need to do an operation fast because the cancer is really moving to very fast, and the organs are failing for his mother and all that stuff. When he started talking about how much this whole thing costs, I'm like, I think he should take back that $10,000 from Bank. Homeboy's like 200,000 baht, and I'm like, damn. I know medication and good stuff and healthy stuff is not cheap, but 200,000. He barely scraped up to the 10,000. Where the hell is he gonna get 200,000? And he's like, okay. Looks like, yeah, I'm gonna get the money. He looked at his brother Sky and he's like, okay, come back 3 days from now and I'm gonna get the money. And I'm like, I wish I was that confident to know when I'm gonna get money. Like, homeboy's like, 3 days from now I'm gonna get the money. Like, the hell? Now, after that conversation with Sky, homeboy was serious with the work. He wasn't playing with nobody. He was determined to get money because if you don't remember, homeboy's trying to make money for his mother, his brother, and save some for himself and his lover. Anyways, it reached to the point where we get back to the guy with his daughter, and he threatened him with his daughter by getting the deed to the house. Remember, that part is important because this was 3 days after that conversation and all that shit went down. Now, it was then, the very day, he gave his brother the money to go home to give to the doctor to pay for his mother's medication. Right in front of him, the man that he threatened to get the deed to the house stabbed his brother. Bear in mind, I looked at this, I'm like, why did you do that? Because you can look at the man didn't even care. Because in his mind, he's like, oh, I lost everything. Dude, he didn't kill your daughter. Why did you kill his brother? Like, why would you do that? Instantly, I would have saw red. I'm like, dude, if you don't, I'm telling you, the way I would like zoned out, everything that I've done better be done clean. Instant. You'd have died instantly. Like, dude. The whole time I'm like, why would you do that? He didn't even kill your daughter. Why would you kill his brother? Why would you do that? The whole time when I read it, I could even understand because when I read it, oh boy, he went to jail for that man, for that broad. Did he went to jail? I don't even freaking remember. But I'm pissed. I'm pissed. Like, why would you do that? You lost your house, but you have your daughter. How important was that house to you, sir? Like, your daughter is alive. How important was that house? Now, when son brought his brother to the hospital, unfortunately, his brother didn't make it because he lost a lot of blood. So now it's down to son and his mother. Okay, let me explain this right now before you get confused and the hell, where's his boyfriend? This is 5 years later, where he still works at where he works at the delivery job. He is no longer with his boyfriend and his brother is dead. We're not where to the mother yet, where I can explain what really happened to his mother. So we're not gonna talk about his mother yet, but he lives alone. Okay, so when it comes to recapping with me, key details are important for me, but I'm not sure if it's important for you. But I'd love to find the small details. So anyway, son used to be a heavy smoker, but not anymore. Ever since his his brother died, and a lot of things happened, he is a heavy smoker. But here's the thing. You're wondering, why is he doing a delivery job? What about the loan shark? That's another thing. We're not talking about that yet. Okay, back to the company, the entertainment company that he delivered package before. But here's the thing. Son has a document package on top of the boxes and an employee came to pick it up. But the name on that package is not sent to him. So being a smart boy, he's like, let me take your picture and the documents in front of you so I can send to my employee. That way when something goes wrong, I can show him you're the one that collected it. So yeah, I must also tell you, if you reach this point in my recap, thank you. But I also want to tell you that if you're seeing this recap, it will be on a Friday months from now. This is basically after every one of the episode of Love You Teacher and Only Friends Dream On is fully out. Both of those recaps are out. So after Love You Teacher recap is fully finished, like from episode 1 to 10, and the entire recap of episode 1 to 12 of Only Friends Dream On, then that's when you're gonna see this recap, which is gonna be on a Friday. It's gonna take over the recap slot of Only Friends Dream On, and on Saturday you're gonna see the recap of Ticket to Heaven. Just letting you know from now if you reach this part. So let's continue. So anyways, when the employee got the package and sent it to the CEO of the company makes sure that the employee leaves, because in that package it's like a little poster, a little flyer with a bunny on it advertising about a karaoke place. But the karaoke place is not what it's interested in. It's the bunny on it. And this is where we're going to go back in time for CEO here to talk about his life and why he's interested in this bunny. Now, remember when I said that the people who decided that they want to do PayBack, they literally not just the title of the name, but everything else, word by word, detail by details. Because if you look real good, the man that they're going after is actually the CEO, but he has on a cast. If you read the manhwa, it's exactly the same. So anyway, some thugs was getting irritated by him and decided to want to fight. But here comes Bunny in action. Oh, before I continue, CEO name is Jay. So let's continue with that. We need to tell you who his name is. We can't continue calling him CEO. His name is Jay. Okay, so after the bunny saved Jay, they went to a hotel and they started having sex. Now, here's the thing. I read the manhwa. In the manhwa, the bunny was drunk. And even in his drunken state, he made sure that the man does not, Jay does not see his face at all. And after that, this was hilarious. Let me tell you what happens after that. after the sex, the bunny threw money at Jay. Basically, he's thinking that Jay was a prostitute and he literally let it rain. It was a humiliation for Jay because he can't believe some bunny threw money at him. Like, you can imagine as a rich man that he is, he left the hotel, money all over. Whoever cleaned that was very grateful. Whoever cleaned that room was very grateful with all that money. Anyways, when Son reached to the part where they put all the packages, he was about to leave until he overheard someone talking about the CEO saying that he's looking for a bunny because they have history or something, but they don't know why he's looking for not really, they didn't say a bunny, but he said he's looking for someone. They don't know why they're looking for someone, but they're looking for someone. But then when Son looked real clear and who the other guy was talking to, he was talking to Bank. Yeah, the very guy that he was hiding away from at the elevator was his ex, Bank. But he was about to leave until he heard some crucial information that got him to see red, to the point that even you would attack Bank like a wild animal. And I'm not talking about sex, I'm talking about killing spree. So while he was there, Bank said that he used to date some idiot that he didn't really love. It was basically, he didn't even know why he stayed with him. That's what he said, word for word. And he said he didn't like him. He's like a thug type of person. He didn't have any future. He got expelled from school. He basically had a little one or two money that he would like to squeeze out of him. But here's the part that got you and me and everyone to see red, was when he started talking about the very time when he was at his place and some guy came with the knife. And he threatened him to kill him if he doesn't tell him where Son is. So he told the man where Son is, that he's meeting up with his brother. Literally told him where he is. The man saw his brother and killed his brother. Then the other man's like, what happened to the little brother? This is what Bank said. Bank said he doesn't really care if he dies or not. Some idiots are just stupid or something like that. Basically on that range. And I'm like, you son of a bitch. You not only just broke up with him, but you're the reason his brother died? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Now, because Kai is Son's little brother, is the only one that always visits their mother and do financial payments. He can't go because, he's no longer living. When Son collected his brother's stuff, he saw his phone rang, and it was basically a financial place for the hospital. One thing I can tell you about any business places, hospital, I don't give a shit. They were eager enough to roughly fast to tell you, oh, you owe this or you have money. But if they would help you anywhere, any business place, medical place, anything, if they were to help you, they are slow as hell. But they're quick to tell you that you have this to pay, that to pay. And I'm like, you son of a bitches. Like what is this? We already drowning in a poor recession time, and yet they ain't playing when you say, oh, you need to pay for this. But if they should help you, they move slow. But anyways, the doctor is like, why are you here? But he's not telling them that the brother died, and he cannot tell his mother. His mother is already in a sick state. Anyways, the doctor tells him basically that his mother needs new medication to help, and to help with her sickness, and hopefully it works. They don't know if it works, but it will try. The money that he needs to pay is a lot. Just when his mother and his brother's situation isn't worse enough, he got a call from the bank telling him that all his money that he has is suspiciously drained, and they need to know what's happening. He doesn't know what's happening either, because now they're asking him, apart from him, who else have access to his bank account? Immediately he thinks of his lover. When he got home, he tried looking for Bank, but Bank is nowhere to be found. This is why when I talked about his lover, his ex, his piece of shit, I meant when I said it. Because not only he took all the money from his bank account, drained him dry, he ran away. Literally took his money and ran away. Not only does that, he's the reason his brother is dead. Like, can you think of any piece of shit other from him? Like, this is crazy. And not only that, but he also has another problem. See, the problem is the money that was stolen, all the money that his ex-lover stole, the money that he had was a part of his mother's medical fees. I'm assuming that the money that he gave his brother, he took it back and put it in his bank. So his lover took all of that. So now he has no money to help his mother. The hospital calls him to talk about the financial fees for his mother. So he had nothing left but to go to his boss to beg him to give him a loan of such and such money. His boss is like, why do you need so much money? And what will you do to pay me back? Homeboy is on desperate mode. He's like, dude, I will do anything. Just anything. Just give me the money and I will pay you back any means necessary. Dude, bank, when I see you, it's on site, sir. On site. Hey, Mr. Son, if you don't disfigure his face to the point that no entertainment company wants him, then I'm losing hope on you, sir. I'm losing hope on you. And I'm saying that. Crazy. Oh, my brain is braining and I don't even like it. So, Son got the money. He paid the fee. He paid the medication that his mother need. But in the end, the medication wasn't working for his mother and she ended up dying. I'm pissed. He borrowed all that money for nothing, for freaking nothing. And his brother died, his mother is gone, and he's alone in this world with a bunch of debt that he has to pay. Like a lot of money he has to pay. Oh my God. I feel it for him. I feel it for him. He paid all that money to help his mother and it didn't even work. Damn. Now we're here in the parking lot listening to his ex talking about, no, he's laughing and enjoying, knowing he's the main reason his brother is dead. He's the main reason Son's brother is dead. If his brother was alive, his mother could have had a good amount of time left trying to find another medication to help his mother. Instead, his brother died. The ex stole all the money that he could have used to save his mother, and no, it ended up lose a lot of more time, because if he would have paid and get the medication earlier, yes, his mother would have died, but it would have got more time to save him, get like the medication earlier or something like that. But instead, he's here. He lost all the family member he had, trying to work a lot of jobs to pay back the debt that he has to pay back, all because of a freaking ex that caused his brother to die, caused him to go into this all bunch of debt. I ain't gonna lie, you son. I'm sorry to say this, but it is your love for your lover that you were blinded to see. Like, you were too blindly in love with this guy that you didn't see the red flags. I am sorry, but I'm glad that you see it now, because trust me, if you don't get rid of this man. Son then went to the rooftop of the entertainment industry to get some fresh air, because trust me, he needed this. And then he saw the CEO of the company, Jay, which he doesn't know is the CEO of the company. And he saw him smoking. Remember, Son doesn't smoke anymore. But this whole information that he just gathered and everything, he really needed to smoke. So he walked up to Jay and he's like, can I get a cigarette? Jay just took the cigarette that he was smoking, fling it on the ground. And it's like, no, before he flinged it on the ground, before he put it on the ground, he's like, Son is like, I'll pay you for it. And then Jay just throw it on the ground. Throw it. And this is a stupid thing that I wouldn't do. Son picked it up and took out three coins and threw it at him, which shocked Jay. When Jay turned around, he saw the 2 baht on the floor. And he's like, you miscalculated or something? Son said, that's why I said keep the change. Now, originally, Son put threw 3 coins, but because one of the coin went down the drain and Jay did not see that, homeboy picked up only 2 coins, and homeboy is like, Jay's like, for cigarettes from me, it would cost about 200,000, and I'm like, bitch, that isn't even, there's no gold. But anyways, before he walked away, he looked at Son, because he doesn't know Son's name, and called him Mr. Two Bot. Night has approached, and Son had a lot to think about. So when he's walking, he looked up at a billboard and he saw his ex-lover on the billboard, and he definitely made his decision. And he took out the business card that the agency guy gave him, the one that he met at the elevator. Yeah, he took that out and called him and said, yes, you know what? He wants to take on his offer of being a whatever it is that he wants to offer, whether it's acting, modeling, whatever. Because at this point in time, after hearing what his ex said, it's revenge time. And he's not even going to play anymore. You just played with the wrong person, Mr. Bank, and you're going to know how it feels to get full-fledged revenge. And I'm here for it. Anyways, that is the end of episode 1 of Payback series. Again, if you want to know what's the name of the manhwa itself, because it's based off of a manhwa, it's literally the same name, Payback. Also, this little recap, you won't be seeing this recap on my YouTube yet until months after. Basically after my recap of Love You Teacher and Only Friends Dream On, then you will see it. But if you want to get to early access, you have to go to my Patreon, and trust me, I'll put the link in the description. So have a nice day and night. Bye.